Hey guys, this is Diabor Disaster. It's been a minute since I posted a video, so I'm probably going to be doing like a double or triple feature here in the next couple of days. Today I'm just going to post the deck I played at my store championships and that I went 4-0 with. I'll be quite honest, it's nothing special after you start, looking at it. But I've been playing this deck off and on, and it's been like my favorite like solitaire partner deck for a while, just because it has like the most versatility as far as like how good it is against a lot of matchups. So anyways, I played Hunter for this last store championship, and I'll go ahead and start with the tournament report first off. Just the record alone, I had a matchup against two Shine decks in a row. One was yellow based, one was red based. Then we went into an armor matchup, and then we went into a Galgamon matchup. Very good games all day. My only losses were to the first round Shine Gray player, which was playing yellow Shine Gray, and then to Galgamon as our first game. He completely just mopped the floor with me in that game. But I'll go ahead and go through the list here. For the most part, it's very standard. Like, it is Hunter, so you're playing like 45 of the same cards. I have like one or two techs in here, which one is like one of my favorite cards in this deck at all, but we'll get there when we get there. We're playing 4 Monimon as the starters. They're just, good. For rookies, we got 4 Gumdramon, 4 Psychmon. This card is like my favorite, I'll be honest, in this entire deck. Well, aside from one of my techs, this is like my favorite card that's in all Hunter decks. It's got so much versatility to it, and you can base an entire like grind strategy around just this card alone. 3 Dracomon. Dracmon. This could literally be like 4 copies. I think I wanted to put a 4th copy in here just so it helps the matchups that people are playing with Ruin mode, but like I haven't figured out what I want to take out for that yet. I might have 1 slot in mind, but we'll get there. We're playing 2 Ikakimon. Card's very situationally good, but it's like you have to play it in some capacity because this card is what allows you to get past the 4K threshold on the Shoutmon inheritable. And this card alone just like cracks through armor. This was like the best card against armor, aside from of course superior mode. For level 4s, we're playing 2 Clockmon. There was a point where I wanted to play 4 of this card, but with like Watchmaker, I feel like it's just a less good card in the early game. Plus 4 memory is a lot to pay for a searcher. 4 Restordramon. This is the best card in the deck, to be honest. It's not, in my opinion, this is the reason this deck is good. 3 Shoutmon King mode, and 4 Damemon for your ways to cheat your tamers, and then 1 Tuarmon. This card is also situationally good. There are a few matchups this card just is like A++ against. I will say it was one of my MVPs against armor, as well as the Ikakimon combo. And then for our 5s, we're playing 4 superior mode. I still stand by the fact that you could play this deck with 3 of this card, but I'll be honest, like in the grind, this card is some of the most important. It's your easy way to take away sometimes all of their security in one turn. We are also playing 2 Omni Shout for clear boards and for a little bit of aggression as well. I'm also playing the Asta and the 2 Quartzmon package. For the matchups where this card actually comes up, it's fantastic. And sometimes it just allows you to force your opponent to commit the resources that they need in order to win the game to removing the Quartzmon, and then all your stuff gets unsuspended on your turn and you just win. And then the last Digimon is one of my flex spots. This I'm not so sure if I'm going to continue to play, but it is 1 Death X. There are matchups where this card is good. It is quite good in the mirror. It is quite good against hybrid matchups. It is good against cross. is relatively decent against Bloom Lord. I feel like Quartz is just better against Bloom Lord. That as well as Omni Shout, since all their stuff's weak. You can potentially just wipe a board out of nowhere. But, like, this could be anything. This was originally an overflowing power. I don't think in any of the games that I've had this today, it could have been literally anything else. I will say there was one game. Game 2 against Galgamon. This was the only time this card was relevant. But at that point, it could have been, for the most part, aside from that matchup, it could have been anything else. This could be that 4th Drachmon I was talking about, or maybe some other tech. One of my buddies wants to play it, a Delicate Plan, since you play a bunch of red. And so you can make your Arrestor Dramon just like sweep through security stacks, especially against Setcon. That'd be absolutely hilarious. And then the rest is just the Tamers. We're on 3 Watchmaker, because Searchers plus. This actually like came up to, because it allows it to suspend itself, I was able to actually get the 10th card needed to burn my opponent for 2 damage on Quartz. 4 Taiki. Sometimes I see 3 in some lists, but I feel like it's alright. 3 Takidu, Memory Tamer, it's important. 2 Yu, this one's less important. It's primarily here for the color, but you know, sometimes I do need to use it. And then this is my absolute favorite card in the deck. I wish I could play more, but I feel like it would get way brickier if I did. And that is a copy of the Purple Yu. This card has stolen so many games for me, and every time this card is on the board, it just feels like I'm so far ahead, because it's like the other Yu, but like it's way more flexible, and you can use it to steal turns. Literally, when I was playing against Armor earlier today, my opponent needed 3 memory to do the play he was trying to go for, and he accidentally triggered Yu on his turn, causing him to go down to only 2 memory, and it forced him to basically play his turn out improperly. Plus, it's a little extra draw power. One thing I do want to point out is in Setcon, this matchup is actually extremely winnable, way more than I ever thought possible. And the reason I say that is because of you, this, these, and then eventually Quartz. So the reason I say that is like, okay, this can actually grab itself if there's another copy under one of your Tamers. So sometimes what I like to do in the Setcon matchup is just Digicross into this, add one of them from one of my Tamers, or if I already have one in hand, I'll grab an Arrestor Dramon, turn it into a Arrestor Dramon, swing into security. A lot of times I'll just use a clock or a Watchmaker to give it 2 security checks, and sometimes it'll actually do 2 damage and live. And then if it dies during any of them, you just tuck them both under you, draw, gain a memory, and then on your following play, you just play the Psychmon again and continue the combo. Or sometimes you'll just let it sit there, add the other one, and let it die, and then you play a second one on your next turn, get this back again, and keep going. It is such a very good grinding piece, and this allows you to go +1 every time you do it, or at least -0. So I think it's a fantastic like card, as well as it's just this particular playstyle against Setcon. It makes the matchup so easy. Like, you have no idea how easy you go through your opponent's deck. And because you're not playing a Digivolving based deck, you're not usually drawing a ton of extra cards at a time, like maybe 1 or 2 a turn, simply by Digivolving and the Inheritable off of Psychmon. And then a lot of times, once the game has progressed long enough, and they have a handful of Tamers in play, and you have a handful of Tamers in play, you just drop the Quartz and kill them. And as long as you can Digivolve into it and keep turn, and then just swing, usually it's enough to secure the game. And you've already picked off so many extra damage, specifically just through that engine alone. Sometimes you'll just win the game, bring them down to like 3 security, and then just drop superior mode, give it like 3 security checks, and just kill them. But that has been my deck profile for today. I know it's nothing super duper special, but I hope you'll at least enjoy the content, and just look forward to the next video. Chances are, like I said, we're going to have another one here soon. and I will happily get that put up. And thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed that video and want to see more, feel free to click on the most recent video link on the left side of the video, or just go to my channel link and check out all the awesome Digimon content I have for you there. While you're there, smash the subscribe button for me so we can keep the channel going. Also, more content on my TikTok about Digimon news, card releases, and just general rants about the card game, and the occasional random video. Don't forget to answer the question of the week at the bottom of this video down in the comment section, and as always, have a diabolical day.